What's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today's Tuesday, December 22nd, 2009, and Christmas is just around the corner. So I am getting really excited, and I hope you all are too. Just a quick update. Just want to let you know that I will not be doing an update the rest of this week. Just to take some time off and spend time with family and friends and all that good stuff. But I will try to post as much as I can next week, and I know next week is New Year's, and that week can kind of be dead too. But I'll still try to post maybe once or twice next week sometime, so be sure to come back and just check in between all them holiday feasts that I hope you all will be having. So anyways, just want to get right into today's update. Again, if this is your first time watching this video, you're going to want to click on the link right above it that says if this is your first time visiting the blog, read this first. That link will provide you all the info to this Cowabunga system that we're talking about. Read that, learn it, and then come back, and these videos will make a lot more sense. Otherwise, you really won't know what we're talking about. But for those of you who join me on a regular basis, I appreciate you coming back, and I'm just going to get right into it. So as you all know, I have my 15-minute and my 4-hour chart open for the cable. I open up my 4-hour chart first, and I'm going to look at the trend. And this is what my chart looks like before I'm about to start trading at around midnight. And you can see the most recent trend change candle was back on the 16th. And since then, we haven't had any new trend change candles. And therefore, the trend is still down at the start of our day. And we're only looking for short trades. Now, if I move forward through today's action, you can see a lot of bearish movement continues. The downtrend continues throughout the day. We don't see any new trend change candles. Therefore, throughout the entire day, we only look for short trades. And it's really just as simple as that most of the time. It can get a little tricky when trend changes in the middle of our session, but today was pretty straightforward. So only looking for short trades today. Now I'm at my 15-minute chart, and I'll move this back to before midnight as well. So you can see what it looks like. And there we go, right there. It's 11:45 candle. All right, before I start trading, though, of course, I want to look at the news events for the day. So I'll pull up babypips.com and click on this tools tab. Drop down, it should pull up the news events for the day, but just to make sure, it's, check the date, December 22nd. Sometimes technology can fail you, so always use your brain first. And make sure this time zone is correct too, to make sure that it's in the right time zone that you're in, because you want to have the right time to look out for. Again, we're just looking for news events that affect the sterling or the dollar. Here we have at 4:30, we have a couple of UK reports, current account, GDP at 6, same thing. 8:30, we have a bunch of US reports there, just a slew of them. And then at 10 o'clock, a bunch of US ones too. And you notice how I'm not really going in detail on the news events, and you don't really have to. You just got to know that there is pretty important news events at those times. And the way we're trading a technical system, it doesn't really matter what the forecast is or what's going to happen. It's good to look in hindsight to see if there's a big surprise, because that can affect your movement, and you don't want to take a trade in the opposite direction of the fundamentals. For example, if there's a big surprise in job growth for the plus side, you don't want to go short on the dollar. So just be aware of that. But as far as for our trading purposes, we just want to know what time those news events are coming out so that we're not in the market when it happens, because one of our rules is we don't trade during news events. All right, so what I'm doing is just writing those down. I have 4:30, 6, 8:30, and 10 a.m. Eastern time, so a bunch of time periods, and I'm just going to write that down on a notepad. And you can also just set an alert or whatever you want just to remind you of when those news events are happening. But now that I have my news events, I'll just move my chart forward one candle at a time. And you can go through the thinking process that I have when I'm trading the system. So I'm just going to move a candle forward one at a time. Remember, we're looking for short trades. So the first thing I'm looking for is a crossover to the downside. And here I get it at 145. Now let me look at my indicators. RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down, and MACD. Let's see, MACD is positive and went negative, so that's a valid entry. This candle closes at 2. My first news event isn't until 4:30, so I have plenty of time there. So I'm going to go ahead and enter at the close of this candle, or as close to it as possible. And it closed right at 60.50. And now our stop's going to be at our most recent swing high, which is 60.67. And then our target's going to be at 6,000. And let me just, my chart is too wide, so I have to zoom out a little bit. So there's my target. You can see a lot of potential profit, not a lot of risk there. So that's a pretty good looking trade. And now I'll just move forward, and oh, what do you know? Even the best looking trades can turn out bad. So unfortunately, we just got whipsawed back out. Loss of about 17 pips there. Not too bad, but again, it's a loss. So we just jot that in our books and continue to move forward. And again, we're just looking for short trades still. So I want to look for a crossover to the downside. Here I get another one. Let's see, RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down. MACD again has gone from positive to negative. This is a valid entry. Let's see, this candle is at 4 a.m. It closes at 4:15. Now if I look at my notepad, I know that news is coming out at 4:30. So I don't want to take this trade because it's right before a news event. All right, so I'm going to stay out of this one and, just trading according to my rules and trading with discipline there. So no matter how good it looks, you got to follow the rules. So I'm not going to enter here. And you can see, bam, what a nice move down. And that kind of really gets at you. And I know how you can feel sometimes. You're like, oh, man, I should have entered it. And there's the 430 candle right there. And so it continued to move forward. And, oh, man, look at this. Oh, my gosh, that just tears at you. And I know how you're feeling. And even as much as you trade it, you trade with the best discipline ever, we're still human, and missing pips like that can really hurt, and it can cause you to do dumb things because then you'll try to bend the rules and change it and all that stuff because you're like, oh man, if I just would have done this, I would have, gotten all these pips. That may have be true in this case, but a lot of other times, staying out of news reports have saved us from a lot of losses. So, try to stay disciplined, and I'm not saying, don't get you'll still be hurt by that, like a punch in the gut, but that's okay. It's it's normal. But try to go past that and look at the big picture of your trading career. That more often than not, these rules are going to help you and not make you miss out on trades like this one did. So, I'm not going to lie, I was bummed, but again, following the rules, so you can't feel too bad about it. And this market was just really just a bear market today, and you can see that the price just continued to move down. So a lot of bearish movement, and I'm just moving forward through the day because we had no more crossovers, no more signals. After that 4 a.m. crossover, the price just continued to drop. So we got one trade, one small loss. Another trade we didn't take because it was right close to news. But that's all right. So hopefully you saw the same things I did. Maybe your thinking process is getting closer to the way I'm thinking it, and if you did the same thing that I did, then you are on the right track. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm definitely not, but I have been doing this for a while, so hopefully it's helping you just kind of help your own trading and just the discipline part of it and all that sort of stuff. But that's pretty much it. Again, I will not be having an update. Most likely I won't have one tomorrow, just because I know I'm going to do some last minute Christmas shopping and whatnot. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I will try to update at least once or twice next week. But yeah, so if I don't see you guys again, have a Merry Christmas and have a good time with family and friends. And I will see you all later. Cowabunga, dudes.